Trigger warning. Before I get started, I know that this is going to be a big topic this entire week. Trigger warning. 904 Will out of Jacksonville, Florida, apparently got pulled over. He was pulled over while it was raining. He didn't have his headlights on. At the point of being pulled over, I'm going to be honest. Looking through the camera lens and what we seen, I looked out the window and it looked like he didn't even need his headlights. Even though it was probably raining prior, it looked like he didn't need his headlights. You could clearly see the officer outside of the window, even though there was a little bit of tint on his window. Now, I'm going to be honest and say I don't know if that's a law in Jacksonville, but he did ask the police, is that a law? Could you pull it up? Apparently, the police officer started getting aggressive, and he started to ask them, why do y'all want me to get out of the car? It was aggression from the beginning of him getting pulled over. He felt uncomfortable, which is why he started recording, and I'm glad he did. At a point when he asked to speak to the supervisor or to have a supervisor come on site, they bust his window, punched him in the face. He had his hands up, kept showing his hands. They were looking for a reason to honestly probably unalive him. Just judging by historic facts, they probably was trying to do something to him. Boom. They bust his window. They pull him out the car. Once they pull him out the car, they get real aggressive. Now, it doesn't shock me that white officers were doing this to him, okay? What shocks me is by the time they dragged him to the ground, I seen two officers that were black and looked like me standing there as if they was a part of this, okay? That's the part that pisses me off about this entire thing. Now, that's all we got. It was a quick video. It was 2 minutes, but he was assaulted. He was assaulted because he didn't comply with what they were doing and because he knew a little bit about the law and knew that he just didn't have to succumb to what they were talking about. This is insane. And it's crazy that we still going through this for a year now. This is probably the 5th or 6th time that something has made the national stage news. And it's like, it just happens. Like, oh, he didn't comply. Everybody doesn't have to comply. And this is what pisses us off, bro. Now we got to cover another situation with somebody that their rights were basically devalued because they was black and they had locks and they were driving in Florida. When we get more on this, because I want to know the officer's name, especially the black ones, I'll let y'all know. I'm just a messenger.